Hey guys, Danny Johnson here, and I want to show you something really important about the garage door. I have the Cobra over on this side and the Sequoia in the smaller bay, and here's why. I had no idea, but my garage was destroying itself. So if you look where it connects up here, it was pulling to open the door, and it was using the motor to do that entirely. So normally up top you have those big springs that you may have seen on garage doors, and that's supposed to be lifting the door, and the opener's only supposed to be barely helping with that, okay, just assisting it. As you can tell, these are Wayne Dalton ones, and it's not a real good spring system here. And I didn't know that they weren't even working because it doesn't look like the traditional ones, and you can't see that anything's broken. So with that, as it was, pulling on this part, it's also pulling the door this way as it's trying to lift it, and that was causing the hinges to come out. So they literally have been pulled out of the sockets. If you look here, so you can see it was pulling the hinge directly from the door. Now they do bolt this into this metal flashing here, but it's not very strong. So it is into metal, even though it doesn't really look like it, but that metal is only going into this styrofoam junk. So it's not very strong. So you can see I had to add some other hinges and do something temporarily here. But the problem here was basically up here on these spindles. And so that's the lesson to learn is you want to check your garage door and make sure that the springs are actually doing the lifting and the garage door opener itself is just assisting it. Okay, so I mean, you can see how mangled this is up, and it had already pulled itself out. I used some self-tappers to try to get it back in, but this is not good news. So over here, see, I had to move cabinets and everything around just to make this car fit on this side. But listen to this one as it's going up, it's gonna be doing the same thing. Okay, so what you wanna do is you really wanna check that tension on that cable there too, and be careful, of course, not to hurt anything. But if you're not having any tension when the door's up, the other side it was just hanging loose, so that means it wasn't even winding it. Something else you can do is pull that red emergency line there, and you can manually open the door and see how easy it is to roll up and down. If you're lifting the door yourself, then that means the motor's doing all the lifting. The door should, gently come up on its own. Now, this is all something that I would not recommend trying to service on your own. This is something that you want to have some professionals come in, because winding the springs and everything has to be done just the right amount of rotations and everything. So I'm getting new garage doors, and I'm going to get two so that they match. But unfortunately, this is a $4,000 plus repair that if I had noticed earlier that the springs weren't doing their job lifting, that I probably could have avoided. So anyway, put in the comments if you've had similar experiences like this, and I'll show you when the new doors come in. Thanks, guys.